Hi everyone, welcome to Sfr108. I wanted to give you a quick tutorial on how to access the Blackboard if you're not familiar with University of Maine online system or the Blackboard system. And I get there by clicking on my home, My Campus, which I've actually put into my web browser bar. And then you might be able to get there to the home My Campus, well, you have to get there through signing into your maine.edu account. And then just click on the Blackboard icon. From there, what you're going to be doing is scrolling down on the right hand side and look for a header that says My Courses. In your case, you'll probably have just one that says Sfr108 Introduction to Arboriculture, Community Forestry, Fall 2016. So I'd like you to click on that. Right now I'm in student preview mode, which is this. I'm going to see what you all see. And your course content is over on the left hand side. And you notice that you have a number of different headings: homepage, start here, course overview, which is what I'd like you to click on when we get done with the tutorial. Your class content, which is basically your library of the lectures, discussions, information that's related to your discussions, readings, the syllabus, which I will click on in a minute, any announcements that I send out, a Hangout link, which we'll talk about later, your group project, which we'll talk about later, the groups, any tests that we have, any tools, and then the help. So let's go back to the top and let's click on Start Here, Course Overview. You notice that the header tells you where you're at, and this is your folder which contains all of the chapters for our course overview. In this case, I've got three. I've got my course goals, course organization, and how to navigate Blackboard. In case you still have some questions after we get done with this tutorial, that's where you would go. So to navigate Blackboard, you can do it a couple of different ways. You can click on the headers and move through like I'm doing right now. Or you can actually click on the arrow icons here, or the arrow icon here. Regardless, doesn't matter what page you're on, you can navigate by clicking on your arrows or clicking on your headers that are highlighted. Okay, again, if you have any questions about navigating Blackboard, you just click on that and do click to launch. And that will bring you into a new area,
Global Navigation,
which will tell you more about navigating through Blackboard. Let's next click on class content, and this is where each week's lectures are. So the first week has been put up already, and it's week 1 introduction. You notice that right now that week 1 introduction is the only thing that's highlighted, which is the only thing that you can click on. I've structured this lecture specifically so that you can only click on one item at a time that's highlighted, so that you move through these in a logical, sequential manner. You can skip to other ones by hitting the icon arrow, either forward or backwards. I've done this though specifically so that you're taking things in order, but once you've gone through the order and you want to say get to the discussion forum or week assignment, assessment week 1, you can do that by clicking your arrows. So let's go back to the lecture. And this is simply, to hear the lecture, you just click on that arrow. To look at the reading assignments, you can click on this arrow when it works. There we go. And then you would click to launch. This brings you into your reading section. It's in a PDF, so it's in a separate file. And you can read it at your leisure. History of Arboriculture is the same way. Just want to click to launch. And it brings you to another PDF. Okay. And the videos are the same as the lecture. You just click on the arrow of the video and that starts it. Alright. Then we'll go down to discussion. Discussion forums are set up the same way each week, okay? So what you are going to want to do is click on the create click on the create thread, and once you've done that, the discussion will post. That create thread is right here. So you click to launch, and you see this post first discussion forum. So you create your thread here. This actually tells you what this forum is about, okay? And to create your thread, you click there. And what I would ask is each of you put your name first so I know who this is, and then just do week 1 discussion. All right? And then this area here, this is where you put your discussion. And I'm going to specifically misspell one word, because I want you to know that there is a spell check that is associated with this. And you just click on that icon, or you click on the words that are highlighted. And mine seems to be having a bit of a glitch, because I don't know why put is highlighted. Clearly it's not spelled wrong. That being said, discussion was and I'm going to, apparently it didn't like the 1P. So now when I do, for some reason I did that, it should say you don't have anything highlighted. Okay? This is going to be very important as we go through the course this semester. Not this discussion, but other future discussions will have a rubric, and one of the items will make sure that you all have done spell check. It's just a click of the button. It's very easy to do. Once you're done with your discussion, you can actually create this in Word, do a cut and paste, and put it in here as well. You just hit submit. If you want to save the draft because you're not done with it, or you get interrupted, you can click save the draft. In this case, I'm just going to do cancel. I'm going to go back into our class content. You also have discussions here if you want to access it that way. This tells you also how many posts, who's posted, and how many you haven't read, which is a nice thing to have. Right now, obviously, no one's posted anything. Go back to class content. And I'd like to move down to assessments to show you how to get into that. Because of the way I've set this one up, you have to go through the entire series, which is a little cumbersome, but for this first lecture series, I really would like you to do it in a structured format. So the assessments you have throughout the semester, depending on the week and the topic. These are something that you can take as many times as you would like. The assessments are done in a manner that's similar to the final and to the midterm, so that when you take the final and the midterm, you'll be familiar with the format. Also, you're going to click to launch it. As I said, you can take it multiple times. After the first time you take an assessment, the correct answers come up. You can retake it and put in the right answers. You can score 100 on these, and that will be 10% of your grade. Or 10 points. So this is a great way to accumulate an easy 10 points to your grade. I'm going to cancel out of this. And that gives you a thumbnail sketch of the first week of lessons in the tutorial on how to use Blackboard. I'm going to go back one section. I'm going to just scroll up here, and hopefully that will bring me back. Or not. Well, that's because I'm in the week 1 format. I'm going to scroll down. I would also like you all to look at the syllabus. The syllabus is kind of like our contract for the semester. It also gives you some basic information, course goals, course objectives, and outcomes. It tells you where I'm located. I'm in Corbett Hall, actually with the Wabanaki Center in room 215. Here's my phone number if you need to reach me, as well as my email. I would prefer email or phone calls over text, however. Here are all the grading and course expectations. Please review and read. There is an optional Sfr109 lab. For those of you who have not signed up for it and want to take it, there is a possibility to still do that. This is how the grades will be done. This tells you how the grades are broken out. Okay? with assessments being 10% of your grade. The discussion board assignments constitute 15% of the grade. As I said, discussion board grades will be based on a rubric, except for week 1. The final group project consists of 25% of your grade. Participation in the Hangouts, the blog, or the wiki assignments is 20% of your grade, and the midterm and the final are 15% respectively. And here's the most important part. I would strongly suggest that everyone print out this page, in particular your course schedule, and have it up on your bulletin board, someplace that you can see it on a weekly basis, so you know when things are due, how much they're worth, when a hangout is supposed to be scheduled, or when you're going to be doing a hangout for the week, and when there's assessments or when there's discussions due. This is pretty much our playbook for the semester. So please print it out, make sure you stick to it, and you will have the best semester of an online course that you've ever had. Thanks so much for your time with the tutorial. I look forward to meeting you in a hangout and having a great course.